Hello. It's Juliet Loves Beginning. I am trying something new with the microphone, so, just, bear with me here. I don't know if I'm gonna keep using it or not, but I'm just giving it a try. What I have to talk about today is your opinion about the light. I got walked through a situation where I was feeling some stress and confusion, and it ended up being all about my opinion about the light. So, I have some notes as usual because I don't know if I'll remember everything. So, the way it started out was sometimes it will seem as if those you call other hold the opinion that your energy is very harsh, that there is something wrong with it. Take the gift these moments bring you. And I had that certainty. I had posted online and I just felt so awful afterward, just so unbelievably awful, and the certainty came to me that somebody was thinking my energy is harsh. Like, just, the ridiculous certainties that can flood our minds, and I like to talk about telepathy because it's something I experience and am guided through, and it's so interesting that I'm guided past all the thoughts of ego, that if I think somebody over there is thinking an egoic thought, I'm just tuned in at the level of my own egoic thought. But there's thought from spirit present for everybody. And that's where I'm supposed to tune in. So, anyhow, no matter whose thought you're focusing on or thinking, whether it seems to be yours or somebody else's, mine or somebody else's, the ones from ego feel terrible. We learn sooner or later. The ones from spirit feel good. Um, so the gift these moments bring me is the realization of it's my choice where to tune in at all times. It's always my choice. So the continuation of why I got here was it may seem that they find your energy too harsh, too rude, too big, too upfront, too in your face, too slammy. It seems to slam or thud. And all of this is what the egoic thoughts feel like. They are very harsh. They're not gentle. They're too big. They're rude. It doesn't matter whether I think they're my thoughts or somebody else's thoughts. It doesn't matter. It's an education every time. Like, why are you in this space? And where could you be instead? And just learning how to value and be in the space of peace, where there's always peace, no matter what the form is, no matter what the conditions are, no matter what. And these intense experiences, intensely unpleasant experiences are what show us. They just show us this doesn't feel good. Something else feels better. And I appreciate being guided through it. This next part's long. I can't really remember what it says. Let's find out. They seem to believe that they find a separate energy called you lacking. It is lacking in grace. It is lacking in gentleness. This is what I really believed when I was experiencing this. Lacking in peace and softness. Don't miss this opportunity to face your opinion of yourself. And my mind keeps going back to when parents are irritated with little kids and they'll just want them to stop. It just that's what we get convinced of. Not that it's our parents' fault. It's just an example of trying to push that away. So don't miss this opportunity to face your opinion of yourself. Don't hide from it. This is a beautiful opportunity to let that self concept rise to the surface and be taken away because you allow it. So, in this distorted feeling experience, this really cringy, intense feeling experience of being sure that somebody found my energy too harsh, too rude, it was an opportunity to see I am defining the self, myself. It's my opinion of what I observe as my separate self, and somehow I think it's important to have an opinion about this self and to let all of that be washed away. If you put on the guise of pitying them, if I believe I know what somebody's thinking and it's a not good thing about me, if I put on the guise of pitying them or even just waiting patiently for them because they misunderstand you, they're not where I'm at or they don't get me, but that's okay. I always know, oh no, no, there's further. There's further I can go with that. And that further leads to my happiness. So you will receive another opportunity for release. So if I decide to pity that other, let's say they came to me and they directly said it, it's the same thing. But in my mind, it was just the certainty that somebody out there was thinking that. That's all it took for me to face it. You'll receive another opportunity for this release. It's more efficient to take this one now, though. And it seems as we go through this, the little upsets get bigger, like the little discomforts before that we gloss over, ignore, distract away from, we have to deal with them. And it's not like anybody even came to me saying anything. It was just in thought, just this awful, disturbing certainty in thought. And you can feel that resonance wherever you go, whenever you're with somebody. If there's something askew in the mind, you can always feel it. And there's always help for setting it right. So to me, it's just learning to take advantage of this ever-present help while you feel like you're going crazy, right? um, so the idea of like too harsh, too rude, too big. This is your opinion about the light, exposed, laid bare here for you so you can see it. That was the big revelation. All of that meant I'm scared of the light and I don't want to allow the light to lead and I'm fighting it. So I can see it, I can acknowledge it. I can agree to have these thoughts taken back to the nothingness from whence they came. And that's always my opportunity and the gift I'm being given is I can let these thoughts just go back to nothingness. That's where they came from. They've never meant anything. But I might think having the experience of living in a world, believing I'm a body, that I have to maintain or protect some sort of self-image, or even that I have to be careful around others to not be too harsh, too rude, too big, whatever it is. And really, all of that has to be washed away if I'm just going to be in the presence of the light and letting it guide me at all times. And that seems like a big ask, but being shown that any feeling of discomfort is about actually being afraid of the light, and any negative opinion I seem to have about anybody else or any negative opinion I think anybody has about me, it is my opinion about the light, and I could let it go. And that makes everything so much easier. Something about that just made it simpler for me. Let's see if there's anything I didn't say. Just says, give thanks for this beautiful opportunity. Give thanks, oh, this is important, to the one who seemed to make your opinion clear to you so you could let it go. This I didn't even know who I thought was thinking this. It was completely in the mind, of course. So I didn't have a name to go with it, but just whatever showed up and brought that thought to light. First, I thought it was somebody else's thought. Then I realized, oh, it's my thinking. Then I realized it's my thinking about the light. Gratitude for that, for the cleansing and the washing away, and how that happens. That gratitude piece is so important because it it puts us in the place of receiving, and it puts us in the flow, and it reminds me of my safety. You when you feel gratitude, it's like you're held, and you know you're cared for, and you know you will be shown. So that gratitude piece is important, and to be able to go from extreme cringe to gratitude, there's gratitude for that, and for what's always present to walk us through these false certainties we have. And because I find our mind-to-mind connection and what we can think we know about the other, that's so interesting to me, especially when it feels very believable that I'm receiving thoughts, to be led to the purity of the thought that's present for everybody, that's that's such a huge relief, and I'm grateful for that. So that's what I have today, and, wishing you well. Hope you heard this.